Hi guys, it's Blackie and welcome back to the channel. Okay, today we're going to be doing a loadout because many of you have requested that when I'm going to go camping to show the loadout. Now recently Dave Canterbury did a video earlier this week where he was talking about how comfort, about being heavy on a bed and being heavy on, you know, going for your comfort level and etc., being willing to carry a little bit of weight. I fully agree and embrace this logic. This is my 6th decade camping. I camped in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, 2000, 2010, and now in the 20s. This is my 6th decade of camping. And 30 plus years ago, I embraced the idea of make sure that you sleep well. If you got to carry extra weight, put it in the bedroom. Make sure that you've got a comfortable place to sleep where you can soundly rest. Because I don't care if you're Rambo. If you don't sleep for 3 days, I can break you. You know, you're just exhausted. It's miserable. You're not enjoying, you're enduring. And my age now, I'm a silver wolf. So I'm here to enjoy my time outdoors, not endure my time outdoors. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be talking about what I'm carrying on this camp out. Okay, first thing I'm going to start with is what am I carrying it in. I'm going to be using my Nighthawk rucksack, 2 Sparrowhawk sustainment pouches, and my Red Hawk haversack on top. Once I get to camp, that will be coming off. So let's look at the stuff and let's talk about what each individual piece is going to be. First up, what I need for me is I always mentally start with my bed and work my way out. So it is springtime. What is the temperature expected to be? The expected temperature is supposed to be around 90, 91 during the day and a low at night of around 70. You heard me correct, 70. Now I know you in the upper tier parts of the country, where like in Ohio, Illinois and all like that, where you might have daytime highs in the 90s, but then at night it'll drop down to 57 or 58. You have to carry for your environment. But in my environment down here near the Gulf, I don't have that problem. My temperature swing is going to be a lot different than yours. So my choices are going to affect that. So let's begin with the actual bed. For the bed, I'm going to be carrying a one-wind hammock. This is called the Compact. And what it is it has a zippered mosquito net that comes part of the hammock, but you can unzip it and roll it out of the way when you don't want it. It stays permanently attached to the hammock, but it will get out of your way if you just want it in and out. So if I need bug protection, and I'm expecting I will, then this will be able to let me sleep at night to keep the bugs off of me. So that's part number 1, the hammock. Part number 2, over the top of me, is going to be the tarp. This is my one-wind hammock that the ends will close in around me, and so I can fully enclose the foot, and the foot in the head will enclose and make like a hanging tent. It looks kind of like when it's set up, kind of like a pup tent, you know, around my hammock, giving me plenty of room, and also I can have a little privacy if I need to change clothes or whatever. So therefore this will be it. But I also get breeze underneath, which is important when the overnight low is going to be 70. For my neck, because I'm going to need something to support my neck. Now, some people do not have this problem. They can lay in a hammock and no problem whatsoever. Me, if I'm in a hammock, I need something up underneath the nape of my neck. Otherwise, I wake up with a neck ache. So I will carry a quick Climate inflatable pillow to be able to put right here at the nape of my neck, and that will take care of the problem of it. Now, some of you have leg cramps because you talk about getting into a hammock and then you'll wake up with these debilitating leg cramps. What happens is it holds your leg too straight and you're locking your knees. You don't realize it. And if you've ever been in military training, they tell you do not lock your knees because you'll pass out. Same idea, laying there, your legs get out straight and your knees lock. And that causes you to have blood circulation problems and you have leg cramps. How to avoid it? Roll up something like a towel, a jacket, or whatever, and put underneath your knees in the hammock. That'll eliminate that problem. There's a quick tip for you. So, I've got the actual hammock, I've got my tarp, I've got this. Now I need some sort of cover element. And that cover element is going to be a woobie. Remember, the temperature is only going to be down to 68 to 70. This will be more than enough. I will take the bottom section, tie it up, gather it, making a top quilt. So I've got a foot box I can put my feet in and pull it up over me and then tuck it in around me. I'll be perfectly fine because I'm going to have layers on. We'll deal with that now. In a minute we'll pack all this up. Since I will probably sweat during the day, I'll be carrying additional clean layers. And I'm going to be out there for, 3 days. So therefore I've got extra socks. I've got a set of base layer silky type long underwear. This will be what I will sleep in at night. So that's adding a little bit of warmth back to me. And I'll have a t-shirt set up. Now let me show you how I'm going to roll this up to carry it as one unit to put in the pack. Okay, start by taking the t-shirt. I'm going to open my t-shirt up like this, fold it in half so my two arms are to this side. Now I'm going to take the big end of the long underwear, put it down, and I'm going to relatively flat lay the legs, just like that. Now I'm going to take my socks and lay them opposite, so toes up, toes down. Okay? Now I'm going to take at the far end and I'm going to start rolling tightly. Get up here to where the sleeve is. I'm going to take the one sleeve, fold in, fold it right there, and then I'm going to take the other end and I'm going to just roll it over like that. And I'm going to take the sleeve and open up the sleeve back over the whole pile. That turns into one unit I can stick into a pack real easy. And when I pull it out, everything's in one thing. Ain't gonna tangle up. I can grab it and pull it straight out of the pack. Okay, so there's the clothing. The other thing I'm going to be carrying is these. Now this is a really thin, really light, silk nylon-like rain suit, a pair of pants and a jacket, an Adirondack. I can wear these if the temperature turned off cold, and I wasn't expecting it to be this cold. This can be as extra clothing to go over the top and be another warming layer. Now, yeah, I could just bring an underquilt, like you might run an underquilt, the size and bulk of the underquilt, and odds are I will not need it. I'm a very warm sleeper. So if I have a base layer on that's bone dry, and then I add that woobie, and the temperature's only going to be down like 70 to 68, I should be good down to 60 like that with my normal sleeping body heat. This is in case it rains or I need additional clothing. Say something happens, my clothing gets destroyed and I need something to put on. I have that in this as backup clothing and as rain protection. Okay, so that's got clothing out of the way. Now, also in my pack will be this. This is the pad that I utilize in my rucksack as a frame. It's made by my niece at Made Ready Gear, and it is a two-sided waterproof Cordura signaling pouch that also has loops in it where I can add a cord to it and turn it into a small backpack. I can also open it up and take the inside out and use it for various things. This can be put underneath me. If I've got one of them nights where it's just a little, man, the shoulder's giving me, it's a little too cool, I can put this underneath me in the hammock and add a little additional pressure or i.e. warmth. So this will act as a pad as well as a sitting pad, etc. Okay, now let's move over to the other low stuff. Okay, additional things that I'm carrying. I'm carrying my pipe and a couple of small shots. I'm not here for partying, but this will be something for relaxation at night around the fire, something to help you sleep. All right, I have a small first aid kit that goes into my haversack. I have a larger, more complete first aid kit that goes into my rucksack. I have a small container that has my medications in that I may need, as well as a toothbrush and toothpaste in there. And I got this at Walmart 10 or 12 years ago. I don't know where you get another one like this, okay? But that's handy. I carry bug repellent because it is the South and it is springtime. Now we're going to move into my fire kit. In my haversack, on the outside, I carry several pre-made up Jeep bird nests. I have a couple of blocks of fat lighter with a striker. I have a thing of mini infernos, sorry for the wind, and I have a lighter ready to go. In addition to that, inside the haversack will be my main fire kit, and I've covered this many times in my videos. There will also be a whetstone for Viking whetstone and my repair spool, which has line, sewing needle, and duct tape. This has got my small little compass in it and my pacing beads for an emergency. I'm not doing land nav where I'm going. I know this place fairly well. But if for some reason we did have to go out into the whatever, I do have something to keep me from walking in a circle. And I do have pacing beads. Okay. I have a couple of pieces of extra cordage used for tying and lashing things quickly. In the bottom of the haversack goes a yard of bright orange as a signaling pad that's wrapped around a bunch of pre-set up fat wood, block of fat wood, and tent stakes ready to go. This is standard fare in my haversack. Doesn't change just because I'm going camping. Multiple uses for this. There is my primary cordage pouch that has all my pre-made up links of cordage ready to go. In addition to this, I have a 30-foot line with a pair of toggles on it because I may need to do a bear bag. And so I've got this already set up to suspend my food for a bear bag. Now, cutting tools. I am carrying my sawzall, my silky saw, because we will be cutting some mimosa to carve for a couple of carbon projects, so I want this. To handle any kind of firewood prep or whatever, I've got my kukri. It can be used as a froe, a draw knife, a machete, a hatchet, all the above. It'll do all the jobs. So this is all I need. And I've got a file on it to maintain the edge. Inside of the haversack will also ride my spare blade that's going. And this one was graciously given to me recently by my good friend William Collins, and it is a Case 2X Granddaddy Barlow. I've showed this in videos. My WC Knives Gray Man will be on my belt, so I'm not including it in this set because it will be attached to me. Okay, up here I have my water. I have my Grail, which will be for me to process water at the lake, at the river, at the stream, whatever, as I'm going along. This is not going to be a long hike. It's probably going to be less than a mile from the time where we park to where we're actually going to camp. So it's a short hike. But I want this to be able to pull water from the local source. For my cook set and the rest of my hydration, I have my Pathfinder water canteen. I have the stove, and I have my canteen cup in the pouch. I also have eating utensil, and I also have the lid so I can use this to boil water. All of the food that I will be carrying will be able to be either immersion heat or will in some way be able to heat up in this or be cooked in this, quick and easy. So that is entirely set right there. Okay? Now, in the pocket, in the back where I carry my pad to form the frame, will also be carried half of a cat food bag. This becomes the foot that goes underneath my hammock. It weighs nothing and is disposable. This way I've got a clean place for me to change clothes, take my boots off, put my feet on the ground, etc. Getting in and out at night and not track stuff into my hammock. That's what this is for. Also in that same pouch will go my pair of leather gloves for carrying to camp. Okay, for illumination, I carry as EDC every day. I carry a, what's the name of that thing? Olight torch, which is up to 1,000 looms. It can be clipped onto my brim of my hat. It'll also clip onto the chain I wear around my neck so that when I'm in camp, it can shine at my feet and I don't blind people. This is what I'm using in place of a headlamp. That's what I carry. For a main area illumination, I have my Vaunt lantern. I like Vaunt better than I do the other ones that look like this, but it's not made the same. Vaunt's got a lot better lights in it and gives off a lot more light. With the set of 3 AA batteries in it, it will run 30 hours. Yes, I said 30, and I mean 30. I actually tested it with good batteries, and it ran 30 hours. In the lid, you carry an additional set of batteries. So that's 60 hours. You're going to do it an average of 5 hours a night. So that's, what, 12 days of light out of that one lantern. I'm also carrying in my haversack as part of my daily carry this little lamp, which can be opened up and used as like a night light inside the hammock. I'll clip this to the ridge. So it's a direct light so I can see to read, as well as pulling this down allows it to be like a little lantern so I can see inside my hammock area. Usually I'll clip this to my actual ridge line of my tarp so I can illuminate my area when I'm getting ready to go to bed and just reach up and go click and turn it off. I have a large stainless steel carabiner. This is how I hang my boots up. I clip to my boot laces, and when I sit down in my hammock, I untie my boot laces, and then I clip this to my boots, and then hang my boots over the ridge line of my hammock. That way nothing gets into them during the night, and I know exactly where they are if I have to get up during the night. I ain't got no knots to remember. I just clip and unclip. Very easy. I have a Hooks Outdoors personal hygiene kit here. There's a bath towel, soap, and those little bitty coin-sized napkins that you just add canteen water to and they puff out into being a big old paper towel for body washing and etc. Right there, that takes care of that. In addition, I will be carrying the single shot 20 with me. It will have a variety of loads with it. Why? It is springtime, and you have alligators that have nests right now. You have alligators moving from water to water source looking for a mate. You have bears. We just had the first fatal bear attack in Florida, which is not far south of me, in this week. We also have mountain lions. We have bears. We have bobcats. We have big coyotes. We got pine wolves. We've got domestic dogs that have gone wild. All of them, it's breeding season, which means A, they're on the trot looking and they're traveling all over the place looking. B, it may be a mama with cubs or something like that, or something defending a nest or something, and therefore be a little ornery. This is early the time of year whenever I feel you really need something, because I don't want to go, and I am not hunting. I am doing this simply as a shield so I don't run afoul of something, you understand? So that's the reason this is going along with me. Snakes, upset bears, etc. I'm trying to avoid a conflict, and this is when I can avoid. So that's why. Now, I have covered this. What am I missing? Well, Blackie, you got no food. That is correct. My food will go into a separate one of my sparrowhawks and will be put across underneath the flap to hold it in place. It will then, when I get to camp, the food will be hooked to that line with the 2 toggles on it and become a bear bag in the tree. So I don't have to worry about attracting, any kind of problem to my camp because of food. See. Well, water. I will have the canteen and I will have the grail. That will cover my water. I do not have them full right now, but I do have them with me. And so the grail will be riding in the rucksack, and the canteen will be on a separate strap, hung with me. So it'll be backpack, canteen, hold the 20 gauge in my hand, the knife will be on the hip. That's the game plan for getting out there. Okay? Now, let's shift the camera around and we're going to load all this up. Okay, let's pack it all up. Now what we're starting with is, and I'm going to tip the camera down so you can see a little bit better, I'm going to start with my haversack on top. All right, there we go. Okay, in the top flap of my haversack is going to go my cordage with the 2 toggles for doing the bear bag. My silky saw goes in the top, easy access. My compass goes in the top. My repair spool and whipstone goes in the top. Okay, I believe that's it in the top. Close that up. In the first pocket goes my spare blade right here. Also, that's where I'll put those extra little giblets of cordage that I have. In the lower pocket goes pre-made up bird nests, the blocks of fat wood, the infernos, and the lighter. That's my quick grab fire kit right there. Now, also in the top, I forgot, is going to go the bug spray and my haversack first aid kit, very top flap. Now, into the main flap, fire kit. Whoop, whoop. The 1 yard of hunter orange with the big block of fat wood and the tent stakes goes across the bottom to hold the shape of the haversack out. Then goes in my fire kit, my cordage kit, just like that. I believe that is it. Nope, sorry. My torch goes in to where my spare pocket knife, the top flap, right there. Okay, that's got, the haversack is now loaded. Snap it down. Flip it to the back. Now into the back pocket of the Nighthawk rucksack goes my frame. Sitting pad slash frame. Push it all the way to the bottom in the frame, in that pocket back there. Sometimes you got to reach down and work it around the bottom a little bit, but we'll go, there it is, fully in there. Now facing to the inside of the bag will go the dog food bag, and then on the very top will go the gloves. Now, reverse order, what am I not going to need? I'm not going to need my lantern nor my wash kit until tonight, as well as my clothing and my rain set, because it's not planning to rain, so they're going to go to the very, very bottom. Like that. Tonight's dry clothes go to the left side. My hygiene kit goes on the top to the right. The lantern goes down here to the bottom, centered up. Okay. Now, pillow to the very bottom, front right. Now comes my whoopee. That makes a nice level at the bottom. That'll sit up. Okay. Okay. Medicines and my first aid goes into this side. My extra Weehawk, which is a small carry bag for gathering tenders, etc., goes in there as well. The big carabiner that I'm going to use to hang my boots with will clip to the outside of the strap of the rucksack right there, ready to go. The kukri will slide down into the right-hand side pocket. The left-hand side pocket is where the grail will go into, as well as pipe case, the side of it, and protected the two small things of libation. Now we'll roll that down good and tight. Close up the buckle. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, I'll show this up close, is I have this solar powered brick. This brick does have an additional light on it. If I can find that button, there's a button. There is a light on it as well, flashes and etc., and it will turn itself off. Hit them buttons until it goes off. There. It has rechargers for your phones and etc., and it's solar powered. So this will be put inside of it so I can recharge my phone and stuff and camp, as well as have an additional light. That will go into this side. Now at this point I would add food into this bag or across the top. Roll that down, cinch that up. Okay, that side is secured. Now I take the hammock, and it goes crossways right there, push it down, and the tarp. Food would now go in and the tarp on top. Pushing it down, pull everything up, roll the top down, good and tight. Fold the D-ring over to the little cabiner, clip, flip the haversack back to the front. The rig is now ready to go. We will now weigh this whole rig. 21 pounds. That's good. So, 21 pounds. Plus, add water, add food, which is my consumables. With this, I can have 3 full to 4 full days in camp. No problem. It's just how much food I add. I've covered myself with clothing. I have overnight of multiple layers I can put on, of putting on the dry layers and then putting on that rain suit and then using the Woobie. It surely is not going to get any colder than I would need that. See, and so I can layer for the conditions each time. I've got a hammock that zips on the mosquito net, and so therefore I can keep out of the bugs. That's a big thing. I've got mosquito repellent to carry on me so that I am safe from the bugs while I'm out with everybody else, see. One additional thing I would throw in here that I forgot to bring would be my little fishing rod set. My little hobo fisher would go in this so that I can catch a meal while I'm out there. Simple and easy. This is my basic loadout for this time of year camp out. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope this gives you some ideas. Please leave any questions or comments down there, or something I may have omitted, or something you think would have been a better choice. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.